I'm really happy today to welcome Marc Wilson. He is a small business strategist. He's here to talk about the really strange situation retail, restaurant, and tourism related businesses are dealing with at the moment. He has over 40 years of experience in retail industries. He's delivered over 500 seminars and worked with over 3,000 retailers, restaurants, and hospitality businesses over the years. He's been around, he's seen a lot. He began working with us at the Virginia SBDC in 2009, and we are really glad to have him here today to share some insights with us. Marc, welcome. I'm going to hand it over to you and let you take it from here.
Excellent. Good morning, everyone. And I might add, I'm a Leesburg resident, so I live right here and love the town. You know, I always post on Facebook, love your town. And it's true. I love living in Leesburg, and we've been here now for over 20 years and love the town. So that's all good stuff. I have the Wilson Company. I am a strategist. I travel the country, helping small businesses, retail, restaurant, and hospitality kind of do their best thing and put their best foot forward. And so 5 months ago, an ugly thing happened. The crisis showed up, the pandemic, and it's changed the rules. And what I'm going to start with are 7 things that every business should be doing right now. And if they're not, I'm surprised they're still open. So let's go through those 7 things first, and then I'm going to share with you things I've collected over the last 5 months by visiting, mostly virtual, but sometimes in person, as long as we practice safe protocol, which is wearing a mask and keeping the 6-foot distance. I have visited on one-on-ones, and Eric, I might add that we're available in the next couple weeks to do some one-on-ones, whether they be virtual or in person. But you know, that's one of the hallmarks of our program is that we'll come and visit you, whether it's on Facebook Live or Zoom on a phone or an iPad, or we'll actually physically come to your store. So that's out there as an opportunity as well. So let's move on to the 7 things. I hope you see on your screen now the word now. So if that's working, we're in business. Okay, first thing, I want you to take stock of your business, your current business, and what's happened to it. And I want you to have a cash burn or cash flow break-even number. So let's make sure you figured out how much revenue you need to do to pay your bills, pay your rent, and be open, and not have to use savings to fund your business to keep the doors open. So the goal is to have the business be self-funding. I want to say 2 things to that. You need to have already negotiated every payment you have. You need to have talked to your landlord. You need to have talked to your vendors. You need to have talked to your bank. You need to negotiate favorable terms. People are being somewhat flexible so that we can keep small businesses open during this turmoil. The second thing I want to mention is everyone is predicting a downturn in October and November when the flu season hits, and that it may get uglier before it gets better. So during this time, you really need to think about putting, you know, as unbelievable as this may sound to you, but you need to put some money aside in case you need it to get through a downturn. So we call it futurizing your business so that you're ready to live through anything that comes up. So cash flow, break even. Next thing, reach out to the experts. We've already introduced Eric and the SBDC, and know that we are here to help you. And the SBDC is at no cost. some training sessions, there is a fee, but most everything else we do is at no cost. It is non-judgmental. We're not going to say, what in the world were you thinking? But know this, we're going to tell you the truth because you need to know the truth. And I'm not Gordon Ramsay. I'm not going to make you cry, and I'm not going to cuss at you, but we're going to share the truth. So you also have economic development. You have your chamber. You have, there is a SCORE chapter, which is retired executives from retail that are here to help. So know that you have help and reach out to it when you need it. Okay, you better be prepared to sell online. The omni-channel retail and restaurant and hospitality will be the ones that survive and thrive during this time. So you need to offer your collection or assortment any way the customer wants it. So if they want it online, if they want it, pick it up on the curb, if they want it delivered, if they want it shipped, you have to be capable of taking care of that. So you've had 5 months. Your website should be at its best. And one of the things I recommend year round, but certainly now, is a 30-second video on your homepage. So year round, I've always said it should be your elevator speech. It should be what you do, who you are, where you're located, and what you do. But the piece that people forget, and it's highly important, is why they should care. Why should the customer care about what you do? And you need to have a point of differentiation. You need to do something better or differently than anybody else does. And they need to know it. But the second half of that 30-second video, and you got to get a lot into 30 seconds because that's the attention span of an adult. I want you to tell the customer what to expect when they arrive at your store. I don't want any surprises. So if they need to wear a mask, and I believe they do, they need to know it before they show up. And if you're going to practice 6-foot distancing, then so be it. Let them know. Let them know what to expect when they get there. So there should be no surprises. So a 30-second video. If you don't have a shopping cart yet, and we're going to recommend that here in a second, but if you don't have one, the old 80-20 rule is 20% of your inventory produces 80% of your revenue. So in the meantime, take pictures of some of your best-selling SKUs. Hopefully they have margin because there's no success without margin. So take pictures of them and invite your customers to order them over the phone. Have them call you. Take their credit card over the phone. So get started whether you have a shopping cart or not. And then make sure that they know that they can call you. So do that. So that's even before you have an e-commerce platform. You should still be selling online. But when possible, and you've had 5 months now to get a platform installed that allow people to shop online and pay online. And there's some ones that are very popular: Shopify, Wix, Squarespace, Lightspeed, HQ. There are folks out there that are specialists in creating a site that has a cart and the ability to pay online. So let's get that installed and running so that you're ready to go. Because, for years I've been saying to the small businesses on Main Street, your entertainment, your recreation, you're the experiential piece of shopping. Well, now that's not good enough. You've also got to be online and have the ability to shop online. You know how everything is moved to the internet. So do it and do it now. And have contactless payments. Make sure that you can take payments without touching anything. So you have PayPal, you have Apple Pay, Clover has the ability, Square has the ability. So make sure you have that ability not only online, but when someone comes to your store. You know, when I shop at, when I eat at Fireworks and they bring the food out to the car, they have a device where they can charge your card right out there. So know that and be clean and safe. Set up a shipping area. Hopefully, with a robust online presence, you're going to be shipping some products. So let's set it up in an area that's clean and efficient and has the supplies that you need to ship your products. So pick a carrier. I'm sure you already have, but UPS, FedEx, USPS, whatever you decide. Supplies, boxes, bubble paper, tape, labels, a scale is a good thing to have to know what an item's going to cost to ship. And the other thing you ought to do is you ought to put a coupon in the box for a future offer for stuff going on in the future. So inviting them to shop online or in the store with a coupon. And the other thing I think you ought to put in there is a handwritten thank you note. Thank the customer for shopping with you. Thank them for their purchase and supporting the community. Listen, community is a big deal, and the shop local movement is alive and well. So we should be encouraging it. So good luck with the 7 things. Lastly, you better know how to sell things online on social media. So if you don't know how to sell on Facebook or Instagram, learn how and start doing it. I've met too many business owners that have doubled their volume based on their activity on social media. But I don't believe, and I don't think you should, that social media can get it all done. A website's incredibly important because you need to be the result of a Google search. Everyone Googles everything. And for you to show up, you need to have a good website. And the second thing you should have is Google My Business, so that you have a Google business page. And that's the map and the 3 all important buttons. I mean, call, directions, and website. There's no better entree to your business than that. So make sure you have that as well. And that comes up before your website does, actually. So Google My Business. You can just type GYBO, Get My Business Online, into the browser window when you're on Google, and it'll take you through the form and you'll be all set. So those were the 7 things. So what's next? What's next is the reentry of your business should be personalized to your culture, your employees, the size and type of your business, and transparency and constant communication will be key. You know, if you haven't sent a personalized email to your loyal customers during this process, you've missed the ball. You need to reach out. You know that the other 80-20 rule is 20% of your customers produce 80% of your revenue. So you should have reached out to those 20% and you should have said to them first, thank you for your business and thank you for your loyalty. And second, what you've done to make their shopping experience safe and clean. That their safety is the utmost of concern for you. And that's terribly important. If you have employees right now working from home, doing some things for you online, then keep them in the communication channel as well. You should make sure your employees are communicated as often as your customers are. Okay, just quick phase 2. An employee that has a temperature shouldn't be working. You should let them stay home and quarantine. I believe employees should wear masks and wash their hands frequently and stay 6 feet apart. So when they're behind the counter, they can't be joking around and hugging or shaking hands. They should be practicing the same protocols we're asking the customers to exercise. 50% at your COO fire level for customers at 50%. Use stickers on the floor, I find works as well as anything to keep people 6 feet apart. And you should be cleaning the front door handle. Well, actually the whole front door, because there's nothing worse that says not clean if the door has fingerprints and smudges all over it. And know this, and I think it's in a slide in a few minutes, but know that customers will begin to shun stores that don't appear to be clean from the outside. They're not going to shop in an environment that doesn't look clean and safe. So every couple hours, wipe down the counters, wipe down the door handles, and make sure that you are following safe protocols. Encourage your customers to wear face coverings. I know Biden announced yesterday that he believes that for the next 3 months it should be required countrywide. So we'll see what happens with that. Provide options for home delivery, in-store pickup, and curbside pickup. You ought to have a hand cleaning station for your customers. If they don't have masks when they show up, the easiest thing to do is say, oh, you must have left your mask in the car. Here's one, and hand it to them. And most times they'll just put it on and there won't be a confrontation. We don't want confrontations. We don't want fights over wearing masks, but we know that it's the safest thing to do. And if you've put up plexiglass as a barrier between you and the customer at your counter, the employees should stay behind that until they're needed for help out on the floor, because you want to give the people space. And again, contactless payment procedures are a must right now. We flirted with phase 3, but we've pulled back, but hopefully we'll reach phase 3 at some point where social gatherings can be up to 250 people. Take the cap off the capacity for non-essential retail and restaurants, museums, zoos, gyms, fitness facilities, personal grooming, swimming pools, things like that would be fully opened, or at least at 75% in phase 3 if we get there again. So what's new? What have I talked to retailers and restaurants and hospitality about of late? Well, the new normal, reinvent the business based on the new shopping habits due to the pandemic. Customers are not thinking or acting like they did 5 months ago. And your traffic it won't return to what it was for a long time. I'm thinking a year or two. So this online presence becomes incredibly important, and the ability to serve the customer on curbside or delivery or shipping will be very important. And customers will shun businesses that are seen as unsafe and just simply won't shop there. So communicate with your employees and customers, post daily, if not more, on social media. There's no fear of spamming anybody. If you have 100 people following your Facebook page and you post without a Facebook ad or without boosting, 2 people get your post. 2 out of 100, it's 2%. So if you really want to use Facebook as a efficient and profitable tool, you ought to be, well, in my opinion, you should be doing Facebook ads, because that way you can fully flesh out the customer you're looking for. I mean, you can actually say, I want this post to go to this zip code, and I want it to go to females that make more than 50 grand a year. I mean, you can define your parameters that way. And here's what's cool about boosting and Facebook ads. They run an algorithm on the people that already like you, and they find out what's in common with them. And then when they go out to boost and find new customers, they run the same algorithm to see who matches most closely to the people that already like you. Well, that's targeted marketing at its best. I mean, who wouldn't want more customers like the customers that already like you? So you also, I think a great idea is to do Zoom calls, live Zoom calls, when you've received a truck and you're unpacking the boxes. As a business owner, I used to be amazed by how busy the store would get when I'm trying to unpack the truck, because customers want to know what's in those boxes, and they want to be the first. They want to know what's in the boxes, and they want first dibs. So what would be better than, filming it as you unpack it with excitement and anticipation and running around with cool new stuff and being excited? That's important. Some stores have gone to shopping appointments. What do I mean by that? Well, they'll close down for an hour or two. Maybe it's an hour, maybe it's two, but you need to post that on your social media and your website. So let's say you pick noon to 2 to be closed for private appointments. And what you do there is you let a customer in one at a time, and they get 20 minutes to a half an hour of the store to themselves and your salespeople and you to help them one-on-one. What a great experience for a customer. So do that. That's a good idea too. And your email marketing should be as robust as it's ever been. I mean, email is important, and the 9 or 10 word email is simply this. You know those sandals you were interested in? Or you know those sandals you looked at? Are you still interested in them? So websites do it all the time. You know, when you've been on Amazon or somewhere else and looked at product, you all of a sudden start getting texts or posts or, things in the mail that talk about what you looked at. You're like, oh goodness, Big Brother is watching. But they are, and they want to know what, they look at what's been left in the cart and not bought. The other thing I would say is that you ought to give them a couple options of things that other people bought that are buying what they're looking at, just like Amazon does. Oh, people that bought what you're buying also bought these items. So use that. It's powerful. And then I'm a firm believer of collaborating with other stores and restaurants in town to promote together. There's a word that's come up in the last couple of years, and it's this: coopetition. Not competition, but coopetition. So rather than competing with your colleagues, cooperate with them and promote together and do promotions online or in town. And, I've met some businesses that say, I have another business in town that's being vindictively competitive. They're buying the same stuff I buy, and they're promoting it, and it's not fun. And I agree. Let's work it together. Listen, when you cooperate and work together, all boats rise with the tide. So if the town does better, so do the individual businesses. Have some kind of a contest. Recently, I think it was Culpeper had a contest. It was a raffle to win a 2-day shopping spree. So the winner got to come to town, stay in a boutique hotel, and had Culpeper bucks to spend while they were in town. So I think it's a great idea. If you have some CARE Act money or some grant money that you could spend on subsidizing gift certificates and providing some town bucks, I think that's a great idea. Also, online, have downloadable coupons or a code that they can use to get a discount. So those are easy to do, and you've seen them all over the internet. Create a subscription model. I ran into a florist in a small town in Southern Virginia that used to have a flower bar. It was very cool. You could come in and take from a variety of cut flowers and make your own bouquet. Thought it was a brilliant idea. But because of COVID, she's had to stop that because she can't have everybody touching all the flowers and then leaving. So what she's done instead is she's created a subscription model. So once a month, she creates the bouquet for you. And you can either come to her store, or she'll deliver it, or she'll ship it to you. So subscription models are popular. Stitch Fix, Bespoke for men. These are subscription models where you fill out a survey in advance of your taste level, what you like. Do you like traditional clothing, trendy? You want to be on the front end of fashion, or you want to be a traditionalist? So you kind of describe what kind of clothing wearer you are in purchasing what you typically buy. And they send you a box of product every month. And then you decide what you want to keep and pay for it online, or you return what you don't want. And the subscription models become very popular. The other thing are BOGO. You know what BOGO is: buy one, get one. But give something away for free, or give something at 50%. So buy one, get one at 50 off. What does the customer see and remember? 50 off. What's the discount actually? 25% on each item. But what they think is 50. And you know, we did have a recession back in 2008, if we can even remember it. Well, the customer got used to 50 off. They don't think they're getting a deal if you're on sale and you're not 50 off, because so many retailers had to do that for cash flow reasons. So you can do buy one, get one 50 off, and the customer sees 50 off. Or if you buy one, get one, you see the word free, and that's what they remember. And it's a great program. Plus you sell 2 items at a time. So it's a great way to go on sale. Celebrate customer of the month. It doesn't have to be a customer that comes into your store all the time. It can be a customer that's buying online all the time. So once a month, pick a great customer and applaud them and celebrate them, and post them, and probably give them an incentive, some kind of coupon or gift certificate for being customer of the month. Customer surveys for incentives. Listen, why not ask the customers what they want? Why not ask your best customers how they want to shop and what they expect when they get to your store? And you might incentivize them to fill out a survey. And SurveyMonkey is a great way to do that. And most stores have an anniversary and birthday perk for customers that they have in their files, in their data, when their birthday is and when their anniversaries are. And they send out some kind of coupon or gift certificate for those folks. You know, going forward, the more you know about your customer, listen, you need, as an owner and your staff, need to be personal shoppers for every one of your good customers. They ought to be looking for things they know that their good customers will like. And there's nothing wrong with sending a customer a text, or even picking up the phone and calling them to tell them something's come in that you know they're gonna love. We got a black dress in today. It had your name on it. I'm going to put it aside. And maybe in the next few days, you could either stop by, or I'll send you a picture of it. And maybe you might want to try it as an online purchase. And then if you end up not liking it, ship it back, bring it back to me. And no harm, no foul. Next, let's see here. I don't know why that came up, but okay. I've already talked about reaching out to past inquiries that didn't buy. Leverage your network, your top vendors, your supply chain, your landlord, um, your bank, anybody that you pay monthly, you should have reached out to see if there's some help they can give you. And here I'm referencing the 10-word email again. Are you still interested in the sandals you recently looked at? And offer suggestions for every product. Write more, publish more. Embrace video. I think your whole team should embrace video. I think you should encourage live, Facebook Live. You know, Facebook Live, every follower gets a notice that you're live. So it kind of boosts itself to your own list. But take pictures of people having fun. Take pictures of people wearing masks and staying 6 feet apart. And optimize your website so that it's most efficient and fun to shop for your good customers. And don't forget these tips. Listen, in your marketing, it's time to take down pictures of crowds and pictures of people hugging and shaking hands. Listen, I know we all used to do that and we used to love doing it, but it's verboten. It's no longer cool. So take those pictures down and show customers practicing safe protocol instead. And think about servicing your customers as opposed to selling to them. No one wants to be hard sold right now. You need to approach your customers with empathy. In fact, I've seen messages like this: we get it. If you are not ready to come shop, let us help you. We understand. We have a full collection of our assortment online. Take a look at it there, and we'll help you purchase without you having to come out and be out there in the public. So we understand. And the other major decisions you need to be making right now is what to stop doing that doesn't work anymore. Just stop doing it. And of the things that you've started to do, what's working? And continue to do those and continue to look for other ways to pivot your business during this uncomfortable time. It's here, it's going to stay for a while, and we've just got to learn to live with it.